everybody, so I'm just gonna do a quick makeup tutorial, look, whatever you want to call it, for funsies. So I'm just gonna get into it. So I've been using this new palette. It's the 35S Sweet Oasis from Morphe. I got it like literally a week ago and I've used it like every day since. It's got like the beautifulest colors. So one of the main things I like to do when I do my eyeshadow is I like to pick a color that I'm wearing that day and match it. So I'm gonna do that. But first, I'm gonna go over a few of the things that I like to use when I do my makeup. So I have my makeup palette, I have my brushes, I use a little hand mirror. I have one of these little, so it's literally just like a little metal tin with like this sponge in it, and I use it to clean my makeup brushes. You could literally use any sort of sponge, but I use it for like a quick wipe away thing. I also have just like an old wash rag I use that sometimes like for my fingers and stuff. Yeah, so we'll get into it. So to start, whenever I'm going to do a look that I do for like long wear, like all day wear, I try to prime my lids just to give them something sticky to stick to. So I use just basically a concealer. You can use actual eyeshadow primer. Really doesn't matter. Just use whatever you think will work for you. So I happen to use CoverGirl Clean Matte Concealer. I don't know what shade it's in anymore. It's probably like one of the lighter shades. I'm usually like around like a 120, which is like a fair to light. I just prefer the lighter colors, but just do whatever works for you. So all I do is I take a little bit on the brush and then I just dab a little bit in those places. And then, because it literally doesn't matter what it looks like, I just dab it everywhere on my lid. It kind of gives you an even start for everything, but also just kind of gives something, like, because my eyelids are usually oily by the end of the day, so I try to get something that will kind of control that oiliness so that by the end of the day my makeup isn't all like creased in my eyes. So the next thing that I do is I find brushes. So a lot of times, okay, my brushes are super dirty, don't talk about it. A lot of times I use these kinds of brushes. So they're kind of shorter, they're a little more tightly packed versus something like this that's like a little fluffier. Oh my god, so dirty. You want something a little tightly packed, shorter-ish bristles, but like still really round and fluffy so that it really packs on the eyeshadow for you. And I will say, more expensive eyeshadow palettes don't always mean better quality, but it usually means slightly better formula, which can give you better results. But use what you have. I used to use like the cheap Walmart palettes, like use whatever you have. So I think I'm going to try to match one of these colors. Let's go something a little more, I don't know, bright and fun. So I'm going to we're going to go with this color here. It's kind of like a maroony color. So basically all I do is I just swirl, get it all over, and then I just tap it, blow on it, whatever. It literally doesn't matter. It's going to get on your face. Literally, I guess I should have said this to start. I start barefaced. The only thing I have on my face right now is the primer you saw me put on my eyes. Start there because it's easier for cleanup later, I promise. So now, I just start kind of in the center of my eye, and I build it around, kind of getting into the crease of your eye and around. So now, the important step. Make sure you always have a lot of product on your brush at all times so it's even. But you want to remember eye shape. You want to remember what kind of shape you want your eye to have and what you want it to look like. So I always do like pointy and up. If that's what you want your eye to look like, that's the way you should shape your eyeshadow. So I just flare it out. It does not have to be perfect at this step because it's really not, at least the way that I do it, it's really not the eyeshadow that completely defines the look. It's more so the eyeliner, which I'll get into in a bit. But just kind of do this. Make it look even. If it's patchy, put more on your brush and just kind of pat it on. Brush it, pat it, swirl it, whatever. But just make it even. So then it should look. See how it kind of like swoops the eye up. So then just repeat the process. Like, it really doesn't matter what it looks like. Like, that's my favorite thing about eyeshadow and makeup in general is do whatever the hell you want. Who cares? I am out of breath. I don't know why. And because I am right-handed for the most part, like, everything always ends up a little bit weirder. So see how this goes like way higher? Who cares? Blend it out. Add more to the other side. Like, literally, it doesn't matter. And then I sometimes just take my finger. I'm looking in the mirror behind you guys, so that's how I can see this right now. Boom. Who cares? My eyes are a little bit uneven when it comes to makeup sometimes. Like, this eye, like, it's like, I can't really explain it. It's kind of like scrunched closed more and more often. I'm not really sure what that's about, but it's whatever. But yeah, so we have a general, I guess, similar look. So then I just swirl that around in there, get as much off as possible without damaging my bristles. Looks good enough. I'll do a better cleaning some other time. I don't know when. Okay, next we're going to do something shiny. So this is where you want to have, I should have grabbed this. So for this I do a really small packed bristle brush. This is specifically an eye crease brush from e.l.f. They work great. I love e.l.f.'s brushes. I've never really had problems with them. I just splurged one day and bought some more expensive brushes, but it really doesn't matter. It's kind of like the shape and the packedness of the bristles that really matters. So we're going to do something shiny. So let's see here. Man, none of these are really calling to me. Let me grab my other Morphe palette. So I have two Morphe palettes that I really love. Ooh, sorry. This one is the 351 Icy Fantasy palette from Morphe. It's mostly, oh god, dirty. But it's like brighter, more pastel-y, kind of shimmery, iridescent colors. And I love using these to do highlights and like my inner corner, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to go for this one, and it's labeled on here. It's called Brilliant. Wonderful. So this literally just swirled around. And this is only to start. It's not going to look super great because I'm using a brush, but I promise you it'll look great. So then you want to do your inner corner and bring it out as far as you want. It doesn't matter. It'll look cute no matter what. So when I'm doing the glitter stuff, I try to focus it more right here because, see, when I open my eye, you can see it. It just looks better for the finished product and just kind of comes out better. So with these glittery ones and most glitter shadows, you want to kind of like brush it on, but also you're going to have to kind of pack it on. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is like I'm layering it and packing it. A good thing that you can do with glitters is you can use your fingers. I can't because I got my crazy nails on, so I'm using a brush. Sometimes using your finger makes it just like pop a little bit more because of the oils on your finger. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. Like I said, there's no rules. So then I'm just going to match it as best I can. And sometimes I find I do one eye and it doesn't look good with the glitter using the brush. And then I do the other one and it looks fantastic and I can't really figure it out. I don't really know. So then, boom. You can kind of see it shining a little bit more on the other. Add a little bit more. Lighting is going to be your friend. You're going to see it better in certain situations. but that's kind of what you want to do. And like I said, do it over as far as you want. I try to go to about the middle of my eye with like the topmost stuff, but like you can kind of see I curve it a little bit so it kind of follows the shape of my eye. That kind of helps create like just a really good illusion. All right, we're done with eyeshadows. So the next, we're gonna do, sometimes I do my brows next, sometimes I do my eyeliner next. It really just depends on how I'm feeling. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do my brows. So right now, my brows are really weak and thin and blonde and you can barely see them. So I like to use a tinted brow mascara. This is NYX tinted brow mascara. It is in the shade, black, but it's really dumb. It's just a really weird chocolatey brown. I prefer to have black brows, but I don't ever seem to find a good tinted brow gel that is actually black. It's like they're scared of it being black. I don't know. A girl wants black eyebrows in an easy to manage fashion. So for brows, I want it to be fast, easy, done. Like I don't have time to mess around with like using the little brushes and brushing in the strokes. Like that's too much work. So with this, it's kind of just like mascara. So you open it and it's got like a little spoolie and it's just filled with your product. I make sure to get the excess off and then all I do, I just brush it on like mascara. And like, I don't know, I'm a person who doesn't care really about the shape too much of my brows. I just want brows. So I just brush it on. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, a little thick in places I don't want it to. Who cares? Like, I think it looks fine. Whatever. Then, this is the key part because I always forget. Go back in, swirl it around, get the excess off the end so that you have the same amount of product for both brows. Then, match it. And again, my brows, who cares what shape they are? I try to get them as close as possible. My favorite saying is, they're sisters, not twins. So then I just alley-oop. Get that bad boy. Nice and thick. Touch it up as necessary. Now this stuff dries kind of crunchy. So I try not to mess with it afterwards. But you get the idea. Who cares? Good enough for me. I have eyebrows now. If people want to talk about my eyebrows and how ugly they are, go for it. I don't care. Okay, so now the scary part. This is eyeliner. I have a lot of people who say, I don't know how you do that. Oh my god, it's crazy. Whatever. It's not that hard. I promise you. You just need to practice and you have to have the right tools. So, I use the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black. So this is a felt tip eyeliner pen. So it has literally a felt tip on it and I love that. It's the greatest thing ever. I store it tip down. That seems to give me the best results when I need it. So here's where it comes in. Crazy play. So use your mirror. You want to get right up and close and personal. So I kind of tilt it down like this. So I'm looking down at the mirror so my lid isn't closed all the way because that's how you get like, oh, shaky, crazy eyelids. Just like sexy, like, ooh, bedroom eyes. Like you get it. So you want to kind of like barely close your eye. And then, this is the crazy part. I'm going to be as close as I possibly can to you guys. So, light pressure and just trace in the thinnest line you possibly can along your lashes and then stop before you get all the way to the end because that's important. So you should have something simple like that. Sometimes that looks the best. It gives you a little bit of definition. You don't need much. I love that look. Hardly ever do it though. So then You want to take it and follow the shape you created with your eyeshadow. Again, light pressure. Okay, so when you have like kind of a line like this, bring it back, and then you just make a triangle. Boom. Then all you do is you just even it out, and you're good to go. I promise you, try it. It'll be great. This is where I screwed up. I always do this side first, and it looks amazing, and I can never get this side to look the same. We're going to try our hardest. So even pros like me, yeah, no, it's hard. And it's hard because, like, I have to hold the mirror all crazy, and, like... So they're not quite the same. That's fine. I'm just going to thicken this one up a little. Boom. So another thing that I do is I try not to put my eyeliner directly, oh, got on my lashes, directly like in the like corner of my eye there, because like that's exactly where like my eyes tear up, and then boom, my eyeliner is just like running and looks horrible. So I try not to put it there. Another thing is, if you have hooded eyes like me, you want to wait until it dries before you start opening your eyes a lot. And a lot of times I just give it a quick little thing. The NYX eyeliner dries pretty fast, but sometimes I get a little carried away and then it's crazy. Okay, we're almost done. So, got a little bit of schmutz. The next thing I do is I do my mascara. That's always my last step because my eyelashes get in the way. I hate it. So, I currently right now am using a Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Luscious. I try different mascaras almost every time that I need to buy new mascara, just because, I don't know, they're like basically all the same. They really don't matter to me. Before this one I was using Wet n Wild Mega Protein Mascara. Literally just pick one that you like and go with it. It doesn't really matter. This one's kind of crazy. Again, swirl it in there. Get the excess off the tip. And then the way that I do my mascara is I just do one of these, wiggle it at the base, and just brush it on. Super simple. I don't like to do a lot. I don't like to do it from the top first. I feel like it gets super messy. I just like to have some lashes defined on my lids. So I do it in the least messy way possible. Boom. Done. Okay. We're almost done, friends. How crazy is that? Super quick, super easy. You got this. Okay, next, I do under eye coverage. That's about all the foundation that I wear. I like my natural look. I don't think I have a super uneven skin tone that I need to even out. If you need to do foundation and stuff, I'm probably not the best resource to go for that. I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself and try to find sort of a system that works, but again, I don't really feel the need to use foundation, so I don't really use it a lot. If you're wondering what types of videos to look for to find a way to like figure out how to use it, reach out to me. I'll do my best to point you in the direction of videos that I've watched, but again, I don't really use foundation. Maybe it'll be something I try in the future. So, with that being said, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free and Balance concealer. Yes, combination skin concealer. It's basically a foundation in a stick. That's pretty much all it is. It just screws up and it's literally just a stick. I use the shade, like I said, 120. It's Classic Ivory. So for this, it's kind of like a cream. It goes on like a lipstick, but I just put it right where my eye bags are, and I kind of focus a little bit more right there where it's a little thicker. Nothing crazy. Now you can either use your fingers. I usually use a makeup sponge. I don't get it wet or anything. I just use it as it is, and I bounce it. And just kind of blend it out. I try to get right up to my bottom lid and bottom lash line, just because it kind of, that's where my creases are. So I kind of do that to make sure that it's all pressed into those creases and looks really good. Be careful not to cover and smear your color there, because I've done that before and then I've ended up with like blue all over my face and it looked crazy. So once you do this, and be gentle with your under eyes. Like that place is, or like that skin is so tender and soft and can easily bruise and tear and damage, and like you don't want to cause more damage in trying to cover the damage, if that makes sense. Be gentle. Light pats, like it doesn't take much. If you're scared of doing it wrong, use your fingers and blend it out, like soft pats, little rubs, easy peasy. Okay, then I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Powder. I prefer the not matte poreless, but that's all I can ever find anymore. I think they got rid of the other kind because like they used to have this blue stuff, or the stuff with the blue label, and then they had stuff with like a purple label. Cannot find the purple stuff anymore. It's whatever. This is in, again, 120 Classic Ivory. So this comes in like this, and it has like a little poof. So the poof that it actually comes with is one of these weird little sponges, and I hate those things. They don't put it on the way that I like, so I just bought a pack of like the fluffy sponges. I think I got them at Walgreens. Not super expensive. There was several in a pack. I just used those. So then I just put a little bit on like this, and then all I do is I start in my under eyes, and then I basically do one pat of the pan covers one half of my face. So I just kind of lightly apply to my whole face, because it kind of evens out any oils that I have. I mean, most of this is going to rub off by the end of the day, so it doesn't matter. But you need to set the cream under your eyes. Always set creams with powders, otherwise you're going to be a mess. So again, focus it mostly on my under eyes, then kind of get the places that I look oily or just need a good even tone. Boom, done. So sometimes I like to do blush. Today I'm not going to do blush. I'll go over blushes in another video because I don't know, I'm hit or miss with blushes. I don't love them all the time. Highlighting. So highlighting isn't for everybody. I love highlighting. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I'm obsessed with highlighters. I have so many different things I use to highlight. I'm obsessed. So for highlighting, I have a e.l.f. blending brush. So it's just like a poofy kind of triangle-y looking brush. It's just fluffy. I love this brush. I use it as my highlighting brush. I keep trying to say blush. So I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit. So this is what I use for my highlighting. So all of these are kind of like, they have different colors and everything. I just pick whichever one I'm feeling that day. For this look, I'm going to go with the one that is just plain white. Again, swirl that baby in there. Get lots. Leave it on your brush. Don't tap it. Leave it. So the places I like to highlight: inner corners, across my nose, my cupid's bow, and then here on my cheekbones. Highlight can go wherever the heck you feel like it. Wherever you think it would look great to be like, bam, look at my face here, that's where you put highlight. It does not matter. So for the inner corners, I just close my eye, brush it on. Boom. Close my eye, brush it on. Since I already have that glitter on my eyes, I don't try to get too crazy with it, just to kind of give it a little bit of the tone of the highlighter so that it matches the rest of my face. That's the only reason I do it. Okay, so then I swirl some more on. Got a hair. So then for my cheeks, I just kind of create this little crescent with the brush, and then I repeat it. Oop, I don't want to block you. Repeat it on this side. And for me, it always looks way more lackluster on one side of my face than the other, but I think it's just the way the lighting works, because in pictures it looks amazing. And then I just take my finger and kind of buff it out a little bit so that it's not such a harsh line on my face. I think like the temples is kind of like the coolest place to have a highlight. I don't know, you can see it when you wear your mask. It just looks great. I love it. And it doesn't get rubbed off easily. Then I get a little bit more, and then I highlight just the line down my nose. Nothing crazy. I used to only do the tip of my nose, but I thought that looked weird. So now I kind of do about the middle of my nose down to the tip. And again, I'm always kind of rubbing it with my finger to soften it up, because it looks weird when you just have a line. Then I just take a little bit. Because you want to kind of lightly highlight your lip right there and your cupid's bow, but you want to get too crazy because it'll look weird. And honestly, I promise you, if you're like me and you rub your lips together a lot, you wear a mask a lot, it's gonna be gone super fast. Like, it's just honestly for the look and the pictures beforehand. That's it, pals. That's it. That's how fast I do my makeup. I mean, probably faster when I'm not talking through it, but that's pretty much it. Let's add a little bit of lip gloss. I have this e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Plumping Gloss. It's kind of like a green shade. I got it because it was a cute mint color. It's honestly not that great. It doesn't taste very good. I don't like it very much. But boom. Done. That's it. That's all I do. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll definitely try to make some more videos, some more makeup videos, to kind of give you tutorials. So definitely let me know what kind of things you want to see me do, what kind of makeup looks you want me to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it, pals. So,